It is an honor and a privilege to be speaking with you this evening. So much is happening in the world, but we cannot forget about our oceans. We can all use some encouragement right about now, having been locked in for months. We're all mentally strained, but we must stay strong and not give up hope. I'm an optimist, and my faith and hope are in lockstep. Life should be about discovering what you are passionate about and establishing your own mission. It should be about making a positive difference despite the circumstances and obstacles we are facing. I believe that we should all have the mindset of leaving this world a better place than the one we inherited, no matter what it takes. We should not keep the doing the right thing message to ourselves. We must spread the word and tell our stories to inspire more people to fall in love with the ocean, and hopefully, like all of us, sharks. One way to deal with stress is to think about what it is that makes us feel good and consequently happy. Do you have a happy place? For many of us, the happy place is the ocean and the incredible marine life we find there. It is a magical place, one where we get lost in to help forget about the pressure and stresses of life. Have you ever wondered why you are so drawn to the ocean? When you think of the ocean, the sight, sound, smell, and waves, how does that make you feel? I was drawn to the ocean at a very young age. I was born in Cyprus, and for those that don't know, Cyprus is an island, which means it's surrounded by water. I remember the time I was drawn to the ocean for the first time. From the age of 6, I grew up in England, but most summers we would go back to Cyprus for the holidays. Cyprus has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. I can still feel that soft, fine, white sand between my toes. There was this beach that we would go to that had an island just a short distance from the shore. And people would swim to that island. I was 7 years old when we first started going to that beach, but there was one problem. I couldn't swim yet. I wanted to get out to that island so bad. I could see people out there and they were just having such a great time, and I was left out. If I tried to go out there, I knew I'd be in trouble because the water would be over my head. At least back then, I was smart. I had to settle for having fun playing in the sand and splashing around in the shallow water and watching those little silversides darting around my feet. Then one time when we visited that beach, one of my uncles was with us, one of my many uncles, because you know Greek families are not known for being small. I was part of a big, fat Greek family. My uncle could see that I wanted to get out to that island. I must have had that sad 7-year-old puppy dog look on my face. My uncle looked at me and said, "Alexandros, ela mazimu," which means come with me. We entered the water and he proceeded to put me on his back, telling me to hold on around his neck as he began to swim me out to the island. It was so cool. It was the most effortless swimming I have ever done. I was grinning the whole way out there, not once feeling scared. I felt safe on my uncle's back. I finally made it to the island, and that was incredible. Eventually, I learned how to swim and I was able to get to the island by myself. Little did I know that my passion for the ocean would begin the day my uncle put me on his back. As a generation, we must ask ourselves, what are we all about? How are we shaping the future? Where do we see our future going? The legacy that our generation creates should be one that brings people together to ensure the survival of our oceans. We need to be a generation that says, we did it. Inherently, we all care and we want to help. We all want to give of our time and money, usually because we feel guilty about what is happening to our oceans, and at some level, we feel responsible contributing to the problems. Now, if you want me to make you feel guilty, I will. I'm certainly good at doing that. However, that will not get it done. We need a global army of change. We need to awaken people's senses to the power of the ocean. There is something about the human condition, even in this day and age when everyone's lives just keep getting busier and busier. I realize that it just takes a minute to say or show you care and make a difference. If the little things can change people's lives, imagine how much we can accomplish. It is about having the right intentions and choosing where we spend our time. For Fins Attached, it's not about the boat, time, or the amount of money we spend on saving sharks. Those are means to an end, with the true mission being to change people's lives, to have an impact for good, and to leave this planet a better one than we inherited. It's about why we do what we are doing. Imagine, as we forge the future through our love for sharks and the ocean, if we can say we made decisions that led to the preservation of our oceans. Imagine if we can say that we helped create a better future for everyone. As a generation, that is what we have to do. If we allow ourselves to focus on the current state of sharks in our oceans, we will fall into despair. The battle seems insurmountable, no matter how hard we try. Should we just give up? Let us imagine a bright future together. What does that look like? Shark populations are protected and growing, our oceans are thriving once again, and our very own future and survival is secure. Can you all imagine that with me? Let's go to those kids that can't swim, be their uncle or aunt, and say to them, Ela Mazimo, come with me. Put them on our backs and say to them, hold on and let us take you to the island. You will be safe with us. Eventually, they'll be able to make it by themselves. I am of the mindset that we need to bring as many people as possible of all ages to experience the ocean. Besides water, do you know what else makes you feel good? I guarantee you that knowing that you are making a difference, a positive impact for our future, will have a profound effect on your personal life. There are those that believe that the world is dangerous with sharks in the oceans and that God made a mistake when he created them, and everyone would be safer if they were not there. I'm telling you now, God did not make a mistake. They are perfect and they play a vital role on our planet. And in fact, the opposite is true. Our planet is far more dangerous and vulnerable without sharks, and we are safer with them, maintaining the balance of the marine environment. Let us all connect the dots, because no matter where you live, you're affected by our oceans. Fins Attached believes in the preservation of our world's precious resources, and that through the protection of the ocean's apex predators, marine ecosystem balance can be maintained for the benefit of all living things on Earth. This is why we do what we do. Since our founding in 2010 and now celebrating 10 years in 2020, Fins Attached has been on a mission to save sharks and the marine environment. With shark populations plummeting, it is imperative that we all act before it is too late. Realizing the drastic situation we are facing, in 2017, Fins Attached made the decision to acquire a former Japanese fishing boat to accelerate the effort to save sharks and our oceans. The fear of failure is immense, but we have no choice. We cannot fail. Too much is at stake and we need to act now. Our courage must overcome our fears. The search for a research vessel took almost 2 years. The excitement for Fins Attached was high, which included having partnered with Rob Stewart, the Canadian filmmaker, who lost his life saving sharks. This was our boat project. It was the day that we secured the final piece of funding to acquire the boat that Rob went missing. 3 days later, he was scheduled to be in Denver at the Fins Attached annual gala for a joint announcement about the research vessel. In Rob's honor and to help keep his legacy alive, the vessel was rechristened Sharkwater, a beacon on the ocean for sharks and all endangered marine animals. From its former Japanese fishing days, she is no longer taken from the ocean, but rather now given back. She has been redeemed. As we travel on this journey, there are those that whisper in your ear, telling you to give up, putting doubts in your mind, making you question whether you have made the correct decisions. Give up, they say to you. You don't belong here. This is where courage steps in and says, keep fighting. It is a fight between good and evil. Evil puts fear, despair, defeat, and discouragement in your mind, but these are not options. Good says never give up, no matter what obstacles are put in your path. Good will always prevail. In our hands lies the power to choose what we want most to be, we are. Do not listen to the doubting voices. You will get tired, feel beaten, and you may even feel paralyzed. That is when you need to rise to the top and fight back. The shark water vessel, while an incredible boat, is a means to an end, saving sharks and saving our oceans, the lifeblood of our planet. As Rob said, conservation is the preservation of human life on Earth, and that, above all else, is worth fighting for. Education is a key ingredient to spreading the word to change public opinion. One way that Fins Attached accomplishes this goal is through their Citizen Scientist program. A new opportunity to help conserve the ocean's apex predators is now available. Citizen scientists will encounter sharks in their migration route while staying aboard the shark water research and diving vessel. Our Citizen Scientist program's mission is to conduct research, promote conservation, offer adventures, and provide education, and sometimes naps, all with the goal of protecting sharks and our marine environment. At times we lose faith in humanity. We scratch our heads wondering why we do the things we do. What kind of stewards are we to our planet? Do not let ego, greed, small-mindedness, or jealousy get in your way. Let's all do the right thing. Do we have the courage to do what is right, no matter the cost? Let us stand together for the sake of all living things, including us. Do you have the passion to care, the strength to act, and the vision to inspire? I would like to conclude by reading a poem written for Fins Attached by my good friend, Dr. J. Nichols, titled Think of the Shark. Think of the shark. If you've been paying attention all these years, you know that, like a conveyor belt, a shark can continuously replace lost teeth over and over again. A shark's body is covered with dermal teeth that give it hydrodynamic advantages. Pores connected to nerves act as a sixth sense and read electrical signals from prey. A shark's jaws aren't attached to its cranium. You might say it is supremely efficient for hunting and eating, from nose to tail, from skin to skeleton. Now feel the shark. Not with your fingers, but with your entire complex and exquisite nervous system. Put aside what you think you know and really feel the shark. From deep in your amygdala, the seat of primitive emotions, to the tip of your toes, a shark feels like a shiver. Bathed in dopamine, your brain on shark is rewarded with precisely what it has always craved. Addiction isn't too strong a word. In fact, it's precisely the correct word. If you pull the electric threads that make up each wave in that shiver, you'll discover awe, lust, fear, longing, strength, hunger, jealousy, and that you are right at home. Feel the shark. It's said that you remember most and understand best when you feel. So feel. With a flash from its black eye, the cut of its dorsal fin, or the flick of its tail, the shark demands that you feel. There's nothing polite about it. It's all happening so quickly. Meanwhile, the front of your brain works to make sense of shark memories, films, stories, prose, information, and context. Together, your modern and ancient mind simultaneously ask every neuron in your body the same question: what are you going to do now? How you respond to that question will determine your future. It will decide the fate of sharks, and it will foreshadow what our planet's single greatest feature, the ocean, becomes. Does your body-mind tell you to live? Yes, it does. You can never comprehend the ocean until you feel the shark. You never fully feel the shark until you know your own mind, and you have just scratched the surface. Congratulations. Feel the shark. Know yourself. Comprehend the ocean. Love. I would like to leave you with a simple request. Please consider becoming a shark patron for as little as $1 a month. And do not think that $1 a month will not make a difference. It will. Thank you for spending your time with me.
You're speaking a language I don't understand. I don't know that look in your eyes. I need you to give me a sign. I'm reaching my hand. Let's go to a place we won't leave no trace. We're heading to heaven, and there's no coming back.
I'm ready to die with you, baby. I'm ready to leave. I know that I put you through hell, but you came and got me out of my shell when I needed a friend. Your hand is cold, but it feels so good. We're bleeding love and spitting truth. I don't care where we're going, as long as I'll go there with you.
And our love will never end. And I hope to meet again. Yeah, our love will never end. And I hope to meet again. It's the end of the road. It got us this far. We've never been closer than this. So give me this one last kiss, and don't let go of my hand. And our love will never end. And I hope to meet again. Yeah, our love will meet again.